What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 10. We're starting season start with Hartlepool coming to take us on at Rodney Parade on the back of our defeat to Carlisle at Brunton Park in the last game in the last episode. 2 defeats in our last 3 games. For a very brief period of time, we were in the top 3. Since then, back in the playoffs, but aiming to keep our automatic promotion dreams alive. 9 games to go, only just outside the top 3. But as I mentioned closing out the last episode, it's still anyone's guess at this point. Champions, automatic promotion, playoffs, or missing out. Well, right now, Hartlepool are in danger of missing out on the playoffs. For a while, they were leading the way to start League 2. Since then, have fallen off the pace a little bit. But heading into the game, we took the lead through Pearson, his second goal in 2. And then soon after that, Colwell makes it 2-0 and doubles our lead. I love our wingers in this team, man. Pearson and Colwell. So, we're not so quick, but quick enough. And usually have a good end product. And 10 minutes to go. Nice little 1-2 here as Colwell's released by Isaac Davis. Running through. I can't believe I almost totally messed that up there. I seem to run into the trailing defender. But I mentioned before, in this year's FIFA, as Colwell does keep his composure, bag his brace and make it 3-0 as we return to winning ways here. I mentioned before, like, pace in this year's FIFA, it's not being neutralised, but you can't get away like you used to be able to. Like in previous FIFAs, if you're in behind the back line, forget about it, man. You're running through one-on-one, no one's going to catch you, and it's just you versus the goalkeeper to see whether the ball finds the back of the net. In this year's FIFA, not quite as much. There are some moments like here as Pearson shows a burst of pace, finds some space and drills it into the back of the net as we go a goal up a Valley Parade in our second of 6 games in today's episode. But yeah, pace is a lot harder to utilise in this year's FIFA. Whether that's a good thing or not, I guess that's personal preference. Still, back-to-back wins and back in the top 3. Yes, we've now gone 2 points clear of Barrow in the race for the playoffs right now. Sorry, in the race for automatic promotion right now. I do believe no matter what happens, we'll at least be a playoff team. Whilst we have been inconsistent all throughout the season so far, I can't see us choking away at least a playoff place for the end of the season. But staying in the top 3, man. I mean, Salford and Walsall, as far as I'm concerned, they just aren't dropping the points. I'm pretty sure they're definitely going up. Walsall probably as champions. But for Barrow, they've been shaky. They've been a little bit shaky in recent weeks, as have we, of course, and that's why we're back in the top 3 at their expense. Anyway, another scouting update and an academy update. As you can see, Matthews is now 16. Finally, so I promoted him. Would he have potential? He would indeed. Second player at the academy with a potential to have to go alongside Lloyd Payne. He was the one we were most excited about. He's grown through rating 64 overall. I love the fact that stamina is his highest stat at 74. He will need an awful lot of work, don't get me wrong, but this kid's literally just turned 16. It was his birthday yesterday. I was there at the party. I was literally there. I said to his mum, sign this contract. He needs to become pro and be in the matchday squad for Exeter City. So here's our fixtures in April. As you can see, we've got 6 games coming. Exeter, Swindon away at the county ground, Crawley. The biggest one of the lot, though, is the final game of April. That's the final away day at Vale Park against Port Vale. But still some big games here. And as for Tony Matthews, we rushed him into the first team so quickly, we forgot to give him a first team kit. Yeah, he was wearing a training top on his debut. I gave Matthews the debut and there was no name or number on the back of his shirt, which I thought was hilarious, but as we know, it is a common bug in this year's FIFA. Still, it was indeed Exeter City for the 3rd game of today's episode here. Aiming to make it 3 straight wins, which will keep us in the top 3. Right from the very first whistle, I was in attack mode. I was thinking, I really don't want to choke this away now. In the top 3, just a few games to go, 7 remaining, and what a chance to gain that automatic promotion. We had all the chances in the first half. Matthews had a storming run as well right before the first half whistle, and Colwell was so close to bending one in with the final kick of the half. Unfortunately, after all the chances in the first half, none in the second, and that was how the game would finish. I'm pleased enough with back-to-back clean sheets and 3 straight for Newport as well. And 3 straight would become 4 straight with a goalless draw at the county ground against Swindon Town. And you might have noticed for those last 2 games there, I was playing 4-minute halves, and I've mentioned many times before, and I'll say it once again, when I play 4-minute halves, I feel very confident I'll probably defend really well for the entirety and keep a clean sheet, as the AI won't get many chances. But of course, on the other side of the coin, it comes at the expense of myself getting chances. So Yeah, I wasn't surprised with the back-to-back clean sheets and 4 straight as well, but back-to-back draws saw us drop out of the top 3. So for the following game, I thought, okay, what's a way to get goals for me? Change to 6-minute half lengths. For some reason, in the 6-minute half length games, I can score quite a few, but not in the 4-minute half length. So Crawley Town at home, Rodney Parade, trying to get back in the top 3 after falling out of it. Took the lead very early on through Sam Pearson, and Colwell hits the crossbar. 29 minutes in, Davis picks up the ball and plays a brilliant through ball to the guy with his same name, and that was absolutely glorious. That Davis to Davis connection as Isaac, the former Bluebird, makes it 2-0. And I was thinking, okay, alright, come on man, seriously, come on. I don't want to choke away the top 3 after getting into it. So leading by 2 against Crawley. And again, it really is bizarre how just changing a half length by 2 minutes as Isaac bags his brace here, getting on the end of a Pearson cutback. It's really bizarre how just changing the half length by 2 minutes seems to see a massive influx in the goals that you'll score and probably concede as well. It's ludicrous, isn't it? But it's true. When I play 4-minute half lengths, it's like the vast majority of games finish 0-0 or 1-0. Change it to 6 minutes and, well, we're 54 minutes into the game and we're 4-0 up against Crawley Town. Colwell makes it 4, and we were absolutely tearing them apart like a hot knife through butter. It really is crazy. I wish I had the time to always play 6-minute half lengths. Hey, in this FIFA, I'll play 7 and 8-minute half lengths if I had the time, but even so, 4-0 up, Colwell makes it 4, and then 15 minutes to go, Collins turns Tunnicliffe and makes it 5. So yeah, the proof is in the pudding right there. Play 4-minute half lengths, there's a great chance you'll get a point in a clean sheet. Play 6 minutes or more, and you can score as many goals as you want. 5-0 the final score. That was our biggest win of the series so far, and what a big win as well. It put us back in the top 3 as we take on Sutton United here away from home for my 50th game of the season. I talked about it. Lower league football is a slog. There are so many games to get through. But yeah, Sutton United away from home. Right now down the bottom end of the table, I was thinking, okay, win this game and we'll be on a real shout of finishing in the top 3. Unfortunately, very early on, we fell a goal down against Sutton with very little to play for. And oh my goodness gracious me. Taylor, son, gets in the gym. Pushed to the floor, gets back to his feet, then gets beaten for a second time. That was embarrassing. Sutton United 2-0 up inside the first half an hour, and we're on the brink of a massive defeat after none in our last 5. But in the second half, I thought, okay, alright, don't feel sorry for yourself. We're playing 6 minutes. There'll be chances to get goals in this game. And 64 minutes in, it's a first goal for the 16-year-old Tony Matthews, still with no name and number on the back of his shirt, mind you. Gets the goal, makes it 2-1, halves the deficit, and with 19 minutes to go. Oh, it's been a while for this young man, but he's still probably my favourite player in the team. Rashesha, the wing-back's getting the goals in this one as we come back from 2 goals down to make it 2-2. And again, that's why, and I mentioned it a lot in last year's FIFA as well, like, you should never give up, even when you are a couple of goals down against the AI. Because, again, if you're playing 6-minute halves, you're going to get a whole host of chances. We had a couple of great ones there. Our wing-backs took them both. 2-0 down to 2-2. But the only bad news was, right towards the end of the game, I thought we should have a free kick. We didn't get one. Davis gets taken down. And as you'll see come the end of the game, he's done for the rest of the season. Dislocated shoulder, and our top goal-scoring striker is out for the rest of the campaign. If we miss him for the playoffs, he'll be missing for the final 3 league games, missing for the playoffs. That's absolutely gutting. Top scoring striker with 10 and now done for the rest of the campaign. Still, that draw there, as you can see, means Barrow leapfrog us. They're back in the top 3 with 5 off Walsall, 3 off Salford. Playoffs are set now. We're definitely going into them. There's still a chance we can make the top 3, but we need to win all 3 of our remaining games, I'd say, and hope that Barrow slip up. But that was this episode of Club and Country, guys. Big thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of C and C very soon.